Stranger in a Strange Land begins with the crewed spacecraft Envoy being launched towards Mars, but all contact is lost shortly before landing. 25 years later, the spacecraft Champion makes contact with the inhabitants of Mars and finds a single survivor, Valentine Michael Smith. Born on the Envoy, he was raised entirely by the Martians and is ordered by them to accompany the returning expedition. Smith is unaccustomed to the conditions on Earth and is confined at Bethesda Hospital, where, having never seen a human female, he is attended by male staff only. Seeing that restriction as a challenge, nurse Jillian Boardman eludes the guards and goes in to see Smith. By sharing a glass of water with him, she inadvertently becomes his first water brother, which is considered to be a profound relationship by the Martians as water on Mars is extremely scarce. Jillian tells her lover, reporter Ben Caxton, about her experience with Smith. Ben explains that as heir to the entire exploration party, Smith is extremely wealthy, and following a legal precedent set during the colonization of the Moon, he could be considered owner of Mars itself. His arrival on Earth has prompted a political power struggle that puts his life in danger. Ben persuades her to bug Smith's room and publishes stories to bait the government into releasing him. Ben is seized by the government, and Jillian persuades Smith to leave the hospital with her. When government agents catch up with them, Smith makes the agents vanish and then is so shocked by Jillian's terrified reaction that he enters a semblance of catatonia. Jillian, remembering Ben's earlier suggestion, conveys Smith to Jubal Harshaw, a famous author who is also a physician and a lawyer. Smith continues to demonstrate psychic abilities and superhuman intelligence, coupled with a childlike naivety. When Harshaw tries to explain religion to him, Smith understands the concept of God only as one who groks, which includes every extant organism. That leads him to express the Martian concept of life as the phrase "thou art God," although he knows that to be a bad translation. Many other human concepts such as war, clothing, and jealousy are strange to him, and the idea of an afterlife is a fact that he takes for granted because Martian society is directed by Old Ones, the spirits of Martians who have discorporated. It is also customary for loved ones and friends to eat the bodies of the dead in a rite similar to Holy Communion. Eventually, Harshaw arranges freedom for Smith on recognition that human law, which would have granted ownership of Mars to Smith, has no applicability to a planet that is already inhabited by intelligent life. Still inexhaustibly wealthy and now free to travel, Smith becomes a celebrity and is feted by the Earth's elite. He investigates many religions, including the Fosterite Church of the New Revelation, a populist megachurch in which sexuality, gambling, alcohol consumption, and similar activities are allowed and even encouraged and considered sinning only when they are not under church auspices. The Church of the New Revelation is organized in a complexity of initiatory levels, an outer circle, open to the public, a middle circle of ordinary members, who support the church financially, and an inner circle of the eternally saved, attractive, highly sexed men and women, who serve as clergy and recruit new members. The church owns many politicians and uses violence against those who oppose it. Smith has a brief career as a magician in a carnival, performing actual miracles, in which he and Jillian befriend the show's tattooed lady, an eternally saved Fosterite named Patricia Pywonski. She helps him understand the church's inner workings and exposes the manipulative and sinister nature of the church's leadership. Smith then uses his abilities and wealth to bring down the church and its corrupt leaders. As the story progresses, Smith's understanding of human culture and society deepens, and he begins to form a new religion based on the Martian concept of Glokking and the idea that all living beings are interconnected and one. He gathers a group of followers and establishes a commune, where they practice free love, and work towards creating a society based on mutual understanding and empathy. The novel ends with Smith's death, and his followers, now known as Water Brothers and Water Sisters, continue to spread his message and teachings, ultimately leading to a new era of human civilization based on the principles of love, understanding, and empathy.